Hello there, my name is Alaydriem, and welcome back to another Minecraft Bedrock tutorial with your favorite cardigan-wearing Minecraft character. And today in this episode, I'm here to show you this Enderman farm for your Minecraft Bedrock 1.20 world. This farm is incredibly simple to use, will generate you a ton of ender pearls. It'll satisfy all your ender pearl needs, and will do a pretty moderate job at generating you experience, especially if you have the smite and looting 3 enchantments attached to your sword so that you are getting the most out of each and every harvest. This farm requires absolutely no redstone to run. It's fully automatic in that regard. All of your items will be collected for you down in this bottom chest through the mud block and through the hoppers. And depending upon your RNG, you're going to be generating around 16 to 40 ender pearls per minute, which is pretty good rate if you have a very large need for a large amount of ender pearls. This farm is primarily driven by Enderman's strong desire to want to eradicate Endermites from the world, and as you can see here, we have pretty good drop rates for them coming down the chute. We have just about every 3 seconds or so, you're going to see an Enderman come down here. We can collect all of the XP from this spot right here, and we are totally safe from all of the Endermen. As you can see, we're getting one-hit kills thanks to the Sharpness 5 enchantment that we have on our swords. There really isn't much to say about the mechanics of this farm, so let's dive straight into the tutorial. First and foremost, you're going to want to be around 40 to 50 blocks away from the main end island and away from any other islands so that hostile mobs do not spawn near you, and you're going to want to build a platform out of leaves. Leaves are special because Endermen will not spawn on it. I have a little platform set out here. If you have an Elytra, you can just fly out to it. If you'd rather just make yourself a bridge, you can also do that too. Over here, you're going to place down 3 chests. It really doesn't matter what orientation that they're in. And then you're going to grab yourself 9 hoppers, and you're going to feed those 9 hoppers into each other, creating a 3x3 area. Once you have all 3 of these hoppers in place, you're going to grab yourself some mud blocks, and you're going to place these mud blocks directly above the hoppers, as mud allows items to be pulled through it into the hoppers. Next, you're going to go ahead and just create yourself a little staircase going up here as shown. We will be taking this down a little bit later. We're just going to have this here to make climbing up easier. Go ahead and grab the block of your choice. I'm going to be using stone bricks, and around the edges, we're going to go up 33 blocks. So we're just going to align the edges here. I'm going to do 1, 2, 3. In the back here, we're going to do the same 1, 2, 3. And then on this side, we're going to do 1, 2, 3. In the front, we're going to make ourselves a little cubby hole. So we're going to place 1 block here on the side. Then we're going to go up 2 blocks. And then we're going to go up a 3rd block on top. And then draw a line across. You're going to want to make sure while you're here that we also place in some trapdoors underneath this topmost block. So we'll go here, here, and here. And then we're going to build up with stone bricks 33 blocks all the way up. This process will take a little while. You don't need to fill in the corners. Just make sure you have an Elytra on so that you don't accidentally fall. And if you do fall, you are able to glide yourself to safety. Once you have the tower built, you're going to go ahead and grab yourself some ladders, and we're going to build a ladder all the way up. This will make sure we have easy access up here. And then we are going to build a platform out 5 blocks in each direction. So start here in the middle. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then we're going to do the same thing on each of the cardinal directions. So over here, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we're going to do the same thing over here and over here as well. Once you have those cardinal directions in, go ahead and fill in the rest of the area so that you have a platform that looks like this. Go ahead and grab yourself some leaf blocks. We're going to leave that spot right there open so we can climb down later, and we're going to build a barrier around the outer edge of this farm, 1 block up and 1 block over. This is going to be so that our Endermen do not fall off the edge and instead are lured to their deaths through the dedicated cubbyhole that we have for them. Once we have the leaves in place, we're going to place trapdoors over chute here. So we're going to have 3 on one side, 1 here in the middle, 3 on the other side, and then another one here in the middle. Next, we're going to do the hardest part of this farm, which is building our Endermite Trap. Now to do this, we're going to want to build up a platform 3 over and have a block directly in the center. This is where we're going to want to align our Endermite. we're going to build a platform for us to work with. I like to make a 5 area as shown here, and then we're going to just build up around this. Going to do the same all the way around so that we have plenty of space to work in. And then once we have this in place, we're actually going to go up 1 more layer just so that we are sure that our Endermite does not escape. Right here in the middle, we're going to have a rail and then a minecart right in the middle. It's okay if we bump this around. We just need this in here so that we can capture the Endermite. Place a ladder here on one edge so that you can get out quickly in case that Endermite starts giving you trouble. And then you're going to want to make sure you have at least 3 or 4 stacks of ender pearls already on hand, because we need to summon in a naturally generated Endermite, which is done simply by throwing ender pearls back and forth and hoping that you get an Endermite to spawn. Eventually, you will get an Endermite to spawn, and then once that happens, you're going to want to name tag him as quickly as possible and then get him in this cart. Once you have the Endermite in the cart, you can go ahead and start taking out these temporary blocks. Make sure you leave a block by the edge by the center so that you can drop down, take some damage, and push him into that center block. Then you can get rid of everything else over here, including the rails and all of the blocks. Finally, you can drop down here, and then you're going to place trapdoors aligned with the rail. As you can see here, the rail is what is highlighting, not the block. The trapdoor is above the block, and you're going to want to leave them open as shown. Once that is in place, you can then come over here to the hole in the ground that we left, drop down it, place a block, and then shimmy your way on down to the very bottom. Down here at the bottom, we just need to build a platform for us to swipe at. So we're going to place 3 trapdoors above the mud block as shown here. Make sure that those are perfectly aligned, and then you're going to build a staircase coming out from these blocks. Make sure you leave a space open underneath these trapdoors so that you can open the trapdoors and then grab any of the loot if you're up there. Alternatively, you can just leave an open space down here for you to grab the loot from. Lastly, make sure you cover all of these solid blocks that you left exposed with carpets. I'm going to use moss carpets here. Otherwise, these mobs will be able to spawn and teleport out here. But if you have the carpets out here, they can't teleport on those, so you're perfectly safe. So now your farm is done. All you need to do is crouch underneath here just a little bit, and you can take a swipe at all of these guys for all the hardships that they caused you in the overworld. A very important note to remember to make sure you have the most efficient rates to this farm is make sure you apply the looting 3 enchantment as well as the highest level of sharpness that you can apply. That'll ensure that you get the highest rates as well as ensuring these guys are a one-hit swipe. Additionally, if you want to make your life easier, make sure you apply a mending to that sword. That will ensure that your sword is basically always going to be at maximum efficiency and isn't going to break while you're up here. As always, thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please consider leaving a like, consider subscribing if you want to see more tutorials, and as always, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next episode. Goodbye.